What is up, Wretched Nation? Today we're going to do the Drag Specialties shock review that you guys have been waiting for. Alright guys, we got the Drag Specialties 13-inch heavy duty shocks. It's these right here. And I've put right about 500 miles on it. That's what I wanted to do. So we're going to go over it. That's how the stance is. That's how she looks. But we're going to hop on the bike, go for a ride, and tell you what I think. But overall, I think it's perfect. Guys, we've gone about 500 miles, so I want to give an honest review of these shocks. First and foremost, I like them. I think they're worth the money. I just want to go ahead and say that up front. Nice and simple. I think it's a great value. I got the 13-inch heavy-duty shocks. I feel like I probably could maybe have gotten the light duty shocks because I don't plan on ever riding too up on this bike. I got my road glide, that's what that's for. So this is primarily going to be a solo riding bike only. I took the rear pegs off and everything, sissy bar off, everything, so it's only a solo riding bike now. But we got the shock set up at 13 inches. I can go anywhere between 12 and 13 inches. Got it set up right at 13, and we got the spring height, which would be our dampening, I guess, at 7 inches. I forget exactly where I can go, but I'm a little bit on the light side. I haven't felt any real like droop. It's been pretty much right where I left it. So I'm pretty sure they're broken, and I know they're on the stiff side because I was right on that border of needing the HD or high heavy duty shocks or not due to my weight. Like I said, I probably could have got away with the regular, but I didn't want my ride to be super soft. This isn't a road tripping bike anymore, it's just for fun, so I'd rather have the tight, heavy suspension. And I'd rather take the bumps more instead of having the bike bounce all over the place. But super easy to install. I'll throw a card up here to the install video and first impressions. We'll definitely link that below as well. But I think the shocks are great. Spent $270 on them. You can get them all over the place. Everywhere sells them. From what I know, those shocks are made by Progressive, which is a pretty good brand. I do want their front springs to match. The lean angle, I haven't really tested out fully. I know this bike can lean a lot more now, but that's going to take some time to get used to because I've leaned the bike pretty hard compared to how I used to ride, and my feet don't touch as fast on my pegs, and I think that's pretty good. I'm not a professional rider, or I'm not someone who whips the hell out of their bike. I do abuse this bike pretty hard, but I'm not a canyon carver either. My only two real gripes with the shocks is, well, I wouldn't even say gripes, because it's fine what they are in the price point. But I guess the only two things to make these shocks 100% perfect is, first, the wrenches they come with, the spanner wrenches, they are way too small and are a pain in the ass to use. Now, I understand within the price point, you know, they're going to spend as little as possible to get your spanner wrenches to you. But they are tiny and they barely fit around the ring that you have to loosen or tighten. So it's very easy for them to slip off. So you need to be very careful when you do it. If they could make the handle part of the spanner wrench a little bigger, they could work on the engagement of the sprocket ring and the size of the wrench, I think that would be perfect. I believe they could probably do that within that price range, or make it, you know, charge an extra $10 for that. Now, to make the kit perfect, and I don't know that you could do this and still have it as widely adaptable as they do, but the stock Harley has a shop bolt cover, and it really just it slides right over the stock bolt, and it is narrow to that bolt, and really it just needs to be opened up. It would be awesome if they included new covers, but I understand that in doing so, that would cost a lot more money. So I'm not going to get wrapped up in that, but you cannot use your stock Harley covers, your top shock mount covers, with these shocks, which is fine. I think it looks fine without it, but that is the, I just want to tell you that because that is the only way I feel like to make these shocks better than they are. Because overall, I think they're great. If you have stock shocks in your Dyna, then, and I'm sure this correlates over to the Sportster as well, Road King, Road Glide, all those bikes, I'm sure it directly correlates right into that. But especially if you have stock shocks in your Dyna, these are less than $300 shipped to your door. Just buy them. They have different heights. I don't recommend lowering your motorcycle. I know my bike in particular, that thing was already scraping over speed bumps. And I like the added height. I understand that a higher bike, when you're first starting out, can be difficult, but once you learn how to ride, a higher bike is nice. I love the extra inch on this bike, but they have different heights, and even this, I could have kept these shocks right at 12 inches, and then that would have been basically stock height. I'm extended at 13, and I mean, I could have stopped anywhere in the middle. I could have, you know, gone in quarter-inch increments if I wanted to, or, you know, raised it just a little. So these shocks are really good. If you're gonna lower your bike, you know, get these type of shocks too, because if you are gonna lower your bike, you need a firm ride, even though I don't recommend it. I will say, if I would have had a straight exhaust, I don't think the shock mount bolt would have went in. Do be leery of that. You know, look at your exhaust and look where your shock mount is, because if you are anywhere near that, then you might have a problem. You don't want to not be able to put your shocks on unless you take the exhaust off. That's just going to be a disaster. But at 13 inches I was fine. I've got the Vance & Hines big radius 2-in-1 because it doesn't go straight back, it drops down. But I don't think I could have gone another half inch. I think I would have been, I think it would have been really close to not working if not fitting, if I would have went with 13.5s, which I thought about doing, but I'm glad I just went to the 13s. But those are just some things to look for. The only thing you really need to be leery of is just what exhaust you're running. Now if you're going to change the exhaust or anything like that, and that's fine. If you got most 2-in-1s, most aftermarket exhaust, a lot of them don't go that far back. So, but just look into that, one little thing to watch out for. But overall, I'm really happy with these shocks. I recommend them to any of you guys out there. I think they're great. I don't think you're going to go wrong with them. So please comment down below if you have a different setup with your shocks. Did you go with a different company? Did you go with a different design? You know, especially around this price point. Comment down below what you got. Maybe we can start a discussion and, you know, see what other options are out there. I'm not sure that with the performance and adjustability you get, I don't think there's a cheaper option. Not to say that this is the best option, but I think it's pretty good. But if you like the video, please smash that like button. Please subscribe for more. Gonna have a lot more content. I'd really appreciate it. Comment down below even if you don't have anything to say about the shocks, if there's something you liked about the video or what you thought, please drop a comment. And as always, keep it wretched.